Alright, so let me make a quick video about this little project of mine, which is basically a failure, and I'm just throwing this out in the world that maybe someone else might pick this up and make some improvements to it, but I'll explain what I did and why I'm abandoning it. So this is the Meteor 75 Pro frame, inverted. As you know, I love the inverted flight characteristics much better. And so this came, well, I actually started this with this idea and this whole build well before the Pavo Pico arrived. So this is another reason why I never made a video on this one, because I was like, well, I need to tweak it and make improvements, and just couldn't get the bugs worked out. Well, this is much lighter. I'll explain what the differences are, but after this came out, I kind of shelved this, and I was like, okay, maybe I'll come back to this, but I'm pretty much giving up at this point because I've made a number of changes to the camera mount, but I still can't get rid of the jello. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a version of the Pico with a naked O3 air unit. So what this comes out to, and this is the weight difference here that is important. This is why I went for this build in the first place, is the reduction in weight. So this one's coming in at 77.3 grams. This is a 2S setup, of course, 2-1S 450 lipos, and then this is a 450 2S. And this one here with a full O3 is 99 grams, 100 grams. So by stripping down the O3 air unit, you can save some weight here, but I think that once you put this into the Pavo Pico frame, it's actually going to come out less, I believe, probably another 10 grams, and it's because you have all of this extra plastic here for this Meteor 75 Pro frame that's just really unnecessary. And then there's no way to mount this camera properly without it vibrating like crazy, and I've tried foam and different kinds of TPU. I've done probably about 50 different iterations of this mount, just couldn't quite work out the kinks. Also, finding a flight controller for this frame is difficult. I happen to put this one here. It's an HGLRC, I forget what it is, but it's curved, so it fits these ducts. If you have a regular whoop style 1S board or 2S board, it's straight, and so it will rub against the ducts here, so you have to either cut them off or shave them off or something like that to get regular boards to fit. So I put this in here inverted with the USB port sticking down, and I put a piece of foam here so it can land. I stripped down the O3 air unit and secured it to the frame with some dental floss, and then just secured the batteries with these rubber bands here. But I think that this blocks a lot of the airflow in terms of getting this good thrust, and it's also I think it makes it less efficient, so this is probably not a great idea. I am using smaller motors in this one. Here's their 1102s, forget the KV from RCN Power, the 2S KV, and have the antennas sticking out of the side here and here like this. And you can see the advantage of this one is that it's super low profile, so top to bottom it's like that much, versus on the Pavo Pico it is quite a bit taller in the way it's designed. So that's one of the things one of the reasons why I didn't give up on this for a while. I kept trying, but I think we need a different frame here, an inverted frame for this one, for the camera to mount properly, because it just moves around too much and you get too much jello. So I'm not going to really give you too much more details in this one. It does have pretty good flight time. On the 2S 450 I get like 4 minutes or so. Could be better. A little disappointed. I thought it would need a little bit more because it weighs quite a bit less than the Pavo Pico. But now at this point I'm going to give up. I'm going to take the naked O3, put it into I've got another Pavo Pico frame here that'll come out in a future video. Sorry, I don't know exactly when that's going to be out. But yeah, I thought this idea with 2 1S batteries and making a nice low profile would be kind of interesting, and I thought it might work out, but the jello problems just don't really make this project feasible, and it's a little bit heavier than I thought it would turn out to be, considering the naked O3. But yeah, hopefully if someone comes along, maybe they'll come up with some better ideas for this than I did, and a better build, or someone will make a frame that's inverted like this, that's low profile, where I'm thinking maybe the batteries could go over here in the middle part, maybe on top of each other, something like that, just so that there is less obstruction of the airflow to the props than there is right now. So it's a little bit too much for my liking. But that is it for this one here. I'll have another video later on the light version of the Pavo Pico. And yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below on this little project of mine. What do you think I could do about this camera mount? If you have any ideas, and be specific. I love it when you get asked for specific comments and they're like, oh, you just need a camera mount that has no jello. Well, duh. Thanks, Captain Obvious. So please, nothing like that. If you got some really good suggestions with some details, feel free to let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, yeah, I've tried pretty much everything that I could think of. So maybe there's something out there mysterious that I didn't consider. Let me know in the comments. That'll do it for this one. Talk to you guys later.